Alright y'all, I found the strapping. This way we can make our own fuel straps. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut, and fasten this strap to the other side. At this point you won't be able to see it because I'm gonna do it from here, but you'll see what I've done on the other side once I work on this side. And if there's any kids, sorry about the cigarette. Now there is in the cables you want to go underneath. This strapping has two different size holes. You decide which one you want to use. Well, actually, you don't decide. They're both the sides. We're gonna get that on there about as far as we think we might want it. And now I'll show you what I've done on the other side. Basically, brought it around here. And it's always the look of us that these holes don't line up. And one thing I always had an issue with on these bikes is keeping the bike still, the tank still. So let's see if we can achieve that here. Go ahead and get that on there. Flat washer, okay, strap, flat washer, lock washer, nut. This, anytime you're dealing with washers, that's usually how it's gonna be. Flat washer, lock washer, nut. Lock washer go up against the nut. That keeps the nut from spinning back on you. Now, what size is the nut? Okay, the sun about going around the corner. I can move y'all back up to the table. The nuts on the fuel tank straps are 5/16. I'm gonna move this tank back some so it can be closer to the carburetor, and we can have everything right. I don't know. See, something I had an issue with, if I turn too tight, my knuckles and stuff hit the tank, but he might not have that issue, so we'll go ahead and keep it up here. If he want to move it, he can move it, because it should be up here, out of the way. tighten it up some. On this particular bike, as you can see, we got the cables running into the tubes. So we're gonna slide it back just a little bit. The tank backs just a little bit so we're not interfering with the tubes. Still got a ways to go. Probably gonna go over there and crank on the other side a little bit too, so it can take a shape like this one is, a fuel strap shape. Okay, now that we have that on there nice and tight, we're gonna get the gas cap and install it, something I should have did in the first place. Now that we have the gas cap and fuel tank installed, let's move on to the secondary fuel filter and fuel line. I guess we'll call this the primary fuel filter because this one don't necessarily have to have a fuel filter. As a matter of fact, I'm not running a filter on mine at all. If it gets dirty, I just clean the carburetor out. That gives me a chance to maintenance my bike and make sure it's, you know, good. There's a piece in the fuel tank kit. It also came with the spark plug, but I put that in a few days ago. And it's this little silver piece. This goes on top of the spark plug. It screws on I do not like these. Maybe try to find a spark plug that don't do this, but this will loosen up on you, and then you'll start misfiring. Now, I'll go ahead and slide the fuel filter onto the fuel fitting of the shutoff valve. As far as I can get it up there. Notice they only gave me one, so I kind of want to make sure I'm gonna zip tie it somewhere so that it ain't just sitting on the cylinder head, and so that it don't siphon. We want a nice flow out of this. I think that's gonna be good. It ain't gonna siphon back. Alright, so what we need are some scissors or some snips of some kind. This fuel filter has a flow direction. The arrow is right there, if you can see it. It indicates which way the fuel should be flowing. So, since the fuel should be flowing this way, you want this pointing towards the carburetor. This tank might have to slide back. I'm not too happy about that. We're gonna go ahead and cut it right in the middle. Remember our indication mark, flow mark. Slide the empty hose on that end right away so you don't forget which way the flow go. That one already hooked up. That means this one go on the carburetor, but we're gonna locate some things. Let's see. We'll go ahead and just hook it up. Then you'll hook the other end up to the fuel fitting. On the carburetor. Just give it a couple little wiggles. Look like we got a crack in the fuel filter. Ain't that about something? That's why you gotta be careful with these kits. Not necessarily the kits, but with the parts in the kits. You might just go ahead and get some aftermarket kits. Now I wonder before we get gas and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this right quick. If we leak, we'll get another filter.